is the state between waking and asleep. So hypnagogia is like, I don't know if you've had this thing where you're falling asleep and then you'll start kind of like hallucinating, or maybe you see like flashing lights or some shit like that, or your like muscles jerk suddenly. I mean, that's not an hallucination, that's probably actually happening, but like it's the same thing. It's a hypnagogic hallucination when you're falling asleep and you have all this weird stuff happening. I don't know if you've had that. You probably have had that before because it's pretty common. You know when like motherfuckers talk about they feel like they're falling before they sleep or something like that. And sometimes you'll have this thing as well where you wake up in the middle of the night and your brain just starts like fucking schizo ranting, bro. Your brain just starts like yapping some random shit when you wake up in the middle of the night or something like that. I don't know if you've had that before, but that's what a hypnagogic hallucination is. And I had that last night actually because my sleep's pretty bad. My sleep's kind of stuffed. So I woke up last night and my brain just started fucking yapping. And it was like my brain started writing a book. It's like, I know that kind of makes no fucking sense. Like it's really weird when these hypnagogic hallucinations happen. But it was like my brain just started writing a book for like 10 minutes. And at the time when it was happening, it didn't even seem weird. Like it started writing a book about like some girl, and it started writing all these details and shit. It kind of like sounds retarded. It doesn't really make sense now that I'm saying it, but like that's the kind of stuff that happens in hypnagogia or whatever. It's just these weird hallucinations. And interestingly enough, there was a study that I think Stanford did, I'm pretty sure, that showed hypnagogia was very similar to REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. And this is kind of strange because rapid eye movement sleep, REM, is like when you're having all your dreams, right? And you kind of need to sleep for at least 3 hours to enter the first stage of REM sleep. So you don't actually really have dreams when you first go to bed. You kind of need to sleep for a few hours. That's why a lot of like lucid dreaming techniques involve waking up like several hours after sleeping, because that's when you have your dreams. So it's interesting that these studies show that hypnagogia is very similar, almost the same as REM dreams. Like if you look at what's happening in the brain, hypnagogia is like the same exact thing. But the difference is that in hypnagogia, you don't have to wait for several hours to enter it. You can literally just fucking enter it before sleep, or in the middle of the night, or in the day when you're napping. Like you don't have to sleep for a certain amount of hours to enter hypnagogia. You can enter that shit at any time, but for some reason it's like the same as dreams according to these studies. So that's actually very useful because hypnagogia can be used for like creativity and shit like that. Because you know, like a lot of people use dreams to like help solve problems and get creative ideas and stuff like that. Just like me, like waking up last night and writing a fucking book. Like in the middle of the night, my brain was just writing a book and it didn't even seem weird. That's the kind of stuff that you can use hypnagogia for. And I don't know if this is bullshit. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of this either, but I was reading about that Thomas Edison guy. Maybe you've heard of this. He was like, he invented the light bulb, I'm pretty sure. Thomas Edison, you know that dude, that old guy who invented the light bulb. I don't know. I don't know if this is bullshit, but apparently he only got 4 hours of sleep a night because like he was always up inventing shit, like doing all that invention type shit. So he only got 4 hours of sleep. And so he had a bunch of naps in the day to like make up for that 4 hours of sleep. And when he took these naps, he like held a ball in his hand or some shit. So every time he started falling asleep, he dropped the ball and like it suddenly jolted his brain awake or something. So then he was aware during hypnagogia or hypnagogia